Yo, what's going on, people? We're back. Got this conference championship game here, playing against the San Diego Chargers. I will say right off the bat, I was definitely glad to see the Chargers because it was either them or the Chiefs. I did not want to see the Kansas City Chiefs. But I'll tell you another thing we don't want to see is Danny Woodhead busting off a long run to start the game. Luckily for me, Paul Posluszny is able to go ahead and slow him down a little bit for everybody else to catch up. And pretty much the entire first drive, they didn't throw the ball once. They just ran the ball down my throat. Just kept running it, handed it off to Woodhead until Posluszny had enough of that. Smacks him in the mouth, puts him on the sideline. Not that it really matters all that much because Ryan Matthews is going to go ahead and fall into the end zone real quick. But I tell you one dude on my team that showed up to the playoffs, Devin Hester, he's gone. Back-to-back games with a kick return touchdown. He came to play. If the rest of my offense, he go ahead and hit him with a little funky dance. I like that. I don't know what it's called, but it looked pretty good, so I left it in the video. And as long as my offense can kind of can pick up a little bit from where it left off, because I wasn't feeling too comfortable with my offense the way it played in that last game against the Colts. So I want to try to get myself into a rhythm early, and it definitely helps that Devin Hester is doing work in the return game. He wants this win. He wants to get to this Super Bowl. So I got to make sure I get him there. I just want to start off with some simple stuff, drag routes, a couple of digs, just something short just to kind of get me into the flow of the game. Corey legit decides he ain't having none of it, hits me in the face. Got to take my 3, take my points, not too worried about it. Telvin Smith, he's having none of it. Defense holds up, get the ball right back. And it's time to go to work. I want to go ahead and try to push this ball down the field. Tell you one thing that hasn't changed, my running game, that strike right down the middle to Mercedes Lewis. But my run game has been real hit or miss all season long anyway. And I really kind of started focusing on trying to run the ball in week 14, which is kind of weird. Kind of a weird time to really start focusing in on trying to do something that you haven't been doing all year. The passing game is definitely my strength. Putting the ball in Blake Bortles' hands and letting him go to work. Definitely the strength of my team. So I need to just go ahead and lean on that. Let it get me where it can. My boy Dwayne Gratz finally makes a play. First pick of the season for Dwayne Gratz. Couldn't have come at a better time. And my boy Marquise Lee gets hit in the neck. He's got to take a seat. And then I make a bad read. Turn this ball right over because, it's not fun if I just get interceptions. They got to get them too. It's only fair. So I just got to go ahead and try to get this passing game figured out because, like I said, my passing offense has been butt cheeks. At least I feel that way since that Colts game. Got to get that passing game squared away. The running game isn't going to get me anywhere because it's been an afterthought all year long. I'm not going to be able to get a running game going now. It's just not going to happen. But I tell you what is going to happen, I'm going to get smacked in the face because my offensive lineman decides not to block for me. And then Denard Robinson, he doesn't want to win today. He's going to go ahead and drop that pass real quick. He wants to get to the offseason as soon as possible. I'm not trying to have that, so we need to get this stopped. Cannot stop the run still. It's been a long season. It's been a long season of not being able to stop the run as I go for the hit stick again, give up the first down. I said that I need to stop doing that. Going for the hit stick all the time. Go ahead and just wrap them up. I keep telling myself that, but every time I get a chance to get a hit stick in the open field, I go for it. And then I give up a chunk of yardage. Eventually I'll learn. Eventually. Maybe not soon, but eventually I will. Get a nice double juke with Clay Harbor. Pretty big gain for just a check down to the flats. Put myself in field goal range. Don't want to settle for the 3. Definitely want to get that 7. put it back up to 2-possession lead. Force them to put the ball in the air. Don't want to have them running the ball all over me. Force them to put the ball in the air. Get down to the 1. Let Toby go ahead and finish that one off. Because that's what he's here for. Short yardage runs. And now that they're passing, I feel much, much better about my defense. Not that I really have a secondary that can stop the pass, but I would much rather deal with the pass than the run. Which I know that's kind of weird to say, especially since I don't really have the secondary to stop the pass either. But when somebody runs the ball on you nonstop and there's nothing you can do, it's really annoying. So I would much rather be playing against somebody that's putting the ball through the air. I don't think they were close enough to hit that field goal, but the false start definitely pushes them out of field goal range. And I got a chance to go ahead and run some clock out and put this game away. I could do that, but I don't want to. I want to go ahead and end this game on my terms, go ahead and put this ball into the end zone again, put this score out of reach, and secure my spot in this Super Bowl. Get a decent drive going. Don't want to settle for 3. Give them any hope. Marquise Lee, wide open on the corner route. Goal line, play action, fullback wide open, touchdown. And that's good game. We'll go ahead and move on to the Super Bowl. And making the Super Bowl this year definitely wasn't in the plan. Wasn't what I was planning on happening this year. I was planning on was actually planning on tanking this year. But the team played much better than I thought they would. I kind of picked up a little quicker than I thought I would, and I mean, definitely I was the beneficiary of not having a whole lot of competition in the AFC and a whole lot of computer games to go along with it. But I am where I am. The team is playing really solid right now, and I don't see any reason why I can't go win the Super Bowl.